Hello everyone, and I just tried to record a video intro without having my microphone on, which was an incredible experience for all involved, by which I mean it was just the background music. That was the entire video. So my opponent, I'm playing against the Pittsburg Piplups and CamoDude. It's a little bit later than the match was originally supposed to start because I just had a bit of a rough morning, and you know what, here we are. So today we are starting week 1. So welcome back to the VBL-S. I haven't seen you since Season 8, if you ignore the other 10 videos that I released. This matchup is not cool beans. My opponent has, I think, a team which may not be fundamentally solid, but is very matchup fish capable, and oh my god, lord, did they get a bite when they were fishing for this matchup. It is a bit on the spookin' side, as they say. Yeah, this is, their team has a lot of notable weaknesses where, you know, they have 2 normal resists, but they both suck. They have 2 fire resists, and the only really Vaporeon is this does not take Flareblitz well. Neither will this Vaporeon. Both of these Pokemon have fairly bad physical defense stats, but Vaporeon at least has good HP. And then it's like, okay, well, they have 2 water resists, and one of them is Meowscarada. Okay, well, and then you look at their electric and, okay, so if they're Volt Absorb, which means not competitive and not, wind power? Is it wind power? I think it's wind power. Yeah, it is wind power. I'm sorry. Then they have 2 total electric resists, and one is Meowscarada, who is still not an actual electric resist. Well, not to mention it is weak to both of the other types of my electric types. And then we look at their fighting matchup, where their fighting resists, you know, it's a pretty good one. If you ignore the fact that, you know, fighting type kills Rock Slide. I'm pretty sure my fighting type, Wave Crash, is a 1-hit KO into Kilowattrel, though I don't know that 100% for sure, so I'm not going to bet on that. I think it can into Gardevoir as well. They have 2 flying resists, and one is Bronzor, who is not a real flying resist, and the other one is Kilowattrel, who is also not a real flying resist. This team is incredibly reliant on tempo, but luckily Chi-Yu, reasonable speed control, which is faster than mine, and like, okay priority, question mark, it is a decent way to do that. You know, like maybe slap a Scarf Gardevoir with lead Chi-Yu, maybe that is how you do it, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Yeah, this team really does not take moves super well, unless you consider Bronzor and Primate to both be coming to every game. Yeah, they're like lack of real resist things, so that resulted in me having a team which I just realized I have not done the thing I normally do with it, because it's been a little bit of time since I've last recorded a video. So yes, I have 2 game modes, being a fast mode and a slow mode. The slow mode is Hattrem with lead Grimm. Grimm can frisk so that I know what mon to fake out, and then its damage is pretty decent with Spirit Break Sucker and Drain Punch. Terrifying Drain Punch should KO whatever it's called, Chi-Yu. And like I'll know if it's Ash or Covert Cloak at lead and all that. And not being able to fake out into a mon that isn't Covert Cloak, guaranteed, is good news for me. And then this mon can function in... Oh no, I still have the Zangus. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a bit out of date. Let me find my old paste so that I can put the Bruxish that's meant to be there back, because I was looking at whether Zangus made sense, and I came to the conclusion that it did not. Not Bruxish, Veluza. Oh, it doesn't even have a nickname. Do my other Pokemon have nicknames? Yes. So why doesn't Zooper not have a nickname? Anyway, import, export, save, and its nickname is Zooper. Yep, I am totally not a mess right now. Woody doody doody. Okay, I think now is probably the time. Yeah, so the 2 modes are Trick Room, and then the other one is like Bulldoze / just generally kind of being fast-ish, I guess. Not particularly. It's really bad if they bring Kilowattrel, but it's strong if they don't have Kilowattrel or if they lead Kilowattrel game 1, and I just gotta beat that team. So I'm just gonna make 100% for sure. I am Magic Bounce, yeah? Yeah, okay, I am Magic Bounce. Let's challenge them to Regulation C. It's been a little while since I have done the Pokemoning, and I am feeling a little bit out of it. Well, not since I've played Pokemon, but like since I've done a YouTube video for it. With like even the mock game series has been a little bit, because it's difficult to get people on and all that, and I just don't know whether that's still going to be going on. I will let them know. But yeah, there's a. Right, here it is. This is not the team. That was the older version of the team before I would. I suppose it was technically a newer version of the team. My main reason for not running Zangoose is just that I didn't know if I could reliably get the Toxic Orb set up. Whereas Veluza does not need that because it's using a Life Orb for its damage boost. Zangoose is stronger, and Normal is technically a better offensive typing here. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Hattrem. Damage is okay. Ice Fang is for Meowscarada, because it resists the other stab. Ice Fang plus Overdrive KOs, even without the Overdrive being Throat Spray boosted. And the speed investments are mostly so that, yeah, I'm Terraflying with the Gholdengo. The idea with is the Tauros and Gholdengo are the lead, where you Terra flying and click Bulldoze. But obviously that's bad if they have ground immunities. Probably less bad with Vivian, but more of a concern specifically with Kilowattrel, or if I learn that they have like a Covert Cloak, because Bulldoze doesn't affect Covert Cloak Pokemon, or a Clear Amulet. But Clear Amulet seems less likely because my Intimidate is Tauros, and I can also sniff out a Clear Amulet with Taurus's Intimidate. So if I like go to Intimidate and I see that the Meowscarada is Clear Amulet, I can just click CC. And probably switch the Gholdengo, because it's probably GU that's out. But, you know. Also, Tauros is the water fighting type. That seems like a great resist to GU Fire Dark type, but they give GU Psychic and no other coverage move. Because it's fun. I don't... Why is its only coverage move the one that's perfect for my matchup? And, like, not particularly great most times. Why am I still getting hate? Yeah. I'll see if my opponent does the thing. Yeah, Noivern unfortunately just does not have the speed for this game. It is just slower than Kilowattrel, which means if they click Tailwind, then I just die. I was looking at it, and like through light screen, plenty of Pokemon that just die to Terra GU offensively, because GU is a bit strong. It's just a strong guy. Came on, my opponent did in fact bring. Oh, they brought Vaporeon. Okay. I will tell you, I did not anticipate the Vaporeon bringing game 1. I'm leaning very heavily towards the Trick Room League game 1, which is Hattrem Grimmsnarl. With, I'm thinking Veluza and Toxtricity in the back. Yeah, I think that's it. The Yowie and Boomerang. You too, friend. Is this Veluza or is this Gholdengo? I'm thinking this is Gholdengo. I'm definitely thinking it's Toxin Veluza. Veluza is Terra Dark. Night Slash doesn't make any sense here because they're like Dark Spam. But it's Terra Dark so that it can resist Dark Pulse from GU. And Sucker Punch from Meowscarada. / Low Kicks, the other Dark type they had. It's got Aqua Jet to play around it as well. Focus Sash and Clover Cloak. Meowscarada with Sash. I'm going to fake out the Meowscarada and click Trick Room. Special defense, yeah, that makes sense. GU matchup and all that. We'll see if they're Terra Ghost. If they are, then their double up here should KO Hattrem, but they did not click Terra Ghost, so even if they are Terra Ghost, they didn't do it. That's level 100. It would probably help to calc against level 51. Fake Out did 17, so they've got a little bit of bulk, but they should still be dying to Spirit Break from 83. Right? Like, how much bulk do they need? Okay, even if they're max HP, they would need, like, actual Fizz Def bulk as well. I want to Spirit Break the Meowscarada. I'm going to calc Kilowattrel to see whether Hattrem is likely to a KO with Psychic. If not, I'm going to switch. That's pretty likely. Okay, well I didn't get that roll. The higher end of that roll. So I think I will Spirit Break and switch in Toxtricity. It is sub so that it can take advantage of opposing Protect. That's confusing. I'm going to Spirit Break and Substitute. I think that was basically what I expected out of the turn. I'm going to Spirit Break the Gardevoir and Overdrive. It might Protect, but I'll still be getting some chip into Vaporeon. Probably Spirit Breaking Vaporeon still makes sense. Getting the Overdrive off definitely makes sense. They didn't protect either of the slots. 16%. Nice job. How much did Overdrive do? 47. Okay, so it should always be a KO. And I'm just gonna Psycho Cut and Overdrive again. At +1, the Gardevoir should always be KO'd. My opponent didn't bring that funny guy. None of these speed interactions have been surprising. The only thing that's confusing to me is the fact that they didn't bring GU. Yep, GG. Yeah, the Vaporeon speed interaction is not surprising. I did consider in prep that they might have run like a faster Vaporeon and catch a Veluza. Or a very slow Gardevoir. Would have been shocking, especially when I did see Gholdengo lead. But theoretically possible. I confirmed that it is faster than my Toxtricity and my Super Dooper. I think I want to see how they adapt to this game. I assume it's going to be Persian. Persian lead, but I do have Terra Ghost. I didn't even use my Terrestrialization last game, which suggests that I'm pretty well positioned, because, you know, I had 3 Pokemon, only one of which was, like, close to being KO'd, you know. Toxtricity was still behind a, substitute. And they didn't win even if they crit my Veluza with that Moonblast. There's no way they were going through the Spidef Hattrem, right? I think it's Spidef. It's pretty specially defensive. It does have Mystical Fire as well. Oh, the Gardevoir. Did we see Trace? We didn't, so they're probably Telepathy then? No, they did reveal Muddy Water, not Surf. Well, maybe they were synchronized, so they didn't change their ability, it's just the default. We didn't get any information from Kilowattrel. We didn't get any information from Meowscarada as well either, besides the fact it is Focus Sash, but without Sash. Sorry, not without Sash, without the other thing. Okay, so yeah, the knockoff is not a KO, most likely. So they have to crit for the knockoff to be a KO. They may reveal Terra Ghost on Chi-Yu, but I'm not expecting it. And, you know, if they do, then that's information I've learnt, right? Okay, they don't reveal Terra Ghost on Chi-Yu. I didn't mean to Terra here. That was definitely a mistake. Because I wanted to Terra for the Drain Punch damage to Chi-Yu. That was, sorry, that was a misclick, and it's possibly going to cost me. Now I need to check Chi-Yu to level 50. I want to figure out what information I've learned besides the fact that it's Life Orb. Okay, so Drain Punch isn't going to KO reliably. The Fake Out did 19, which means it could have some bulk as well. Do they? Yeah, that Terra Ghost misclick is costing me. Because being able to Terra fighting and target down the Chi-Yu would be very strong. Okay. They protected anyways. So they had Protect last game, and they are overgrown. They never revealed Protect on Kilowattrel, and a Spirit Break and Psychic Double Up did KO it. Wow, I have no Fizz Def investment. That's just not very strong. And did Gardevoir reveal Protect? No. What am I more concerned about at this point? Is Gardevoir getting one-hit KO'd by Veluza? Yes. Okay. I think that means at this point I want to focus on removing Meowscarada. God, that misfired us so much. Kinda wish I had D-Gleam now. Aqua Cutter and Mystical Fire. Cool. Even with that misclick, I still win. GG. They didn't even see my Tox coming back in. I'm surprised they didn't adapt to Persian. Now, I am Covert Cloak on Grimmsnarl, so that I can still get that fake out, even if they fake off into... Sorry, even if they fake out me, and then I have the Terra Ghost there to answer that. But clearly, the Terra Ghost for Persian was very much in my mind at the time, because I should not have gone for the Terra Ghost against 2 Dark types. It was clearly not going to have any utility. But, you know, sometimes you make misclicks, and those misclicks can have game impact. This one didn't have a game impact because I didn't change my matchup into Dark, and the only thing I got hit with was a Dark move, I think. Did I get hit with another move? I think if I did get hit with another move, it was unlikely to be something that that changed my matchup into between Psychic and Ghost. No, I probably did get hit with another move, right? Oh, no, the Dark move would have just done that much, right? 84? 74, sorry. 74, 84. I think we were looking at Calc and it was saying it could do a bunch, but it's not there. Either way, Veluza did exactly what I said it did, and, you know, I meant to say this at the start of the video. My video that I came out recently with Steve about how fast Pokemon are reasonable in Trick Room in the current meta. This was kind of like meant to be evidence of that, and I think it was. Veluza at base 70, Toxtricity at base 75, and then Grimm at base 60, which is I think more of like the Trick Room adjacent sort of speed, and then Hattrem at 49. But then Gholdengo was also designed so it could work in Trick Room or with the Bulldoze support, and Veluza was there so that like if I'd bulldozed I could bring that in after a bulldoze, and hopefully get some reasonable damage off. I'm really curious about why they changed the way they did this game, because Vaporeon was their only Pokemon that did anything last game, and then they didn't bring it. Like, they brought the Pokemon that did nothing last game. Why wouldn't you focus on trying to take better advantage of the Pokemon that had game impact? Also, I thought that it was more likely for Chi-Yu to be, for Meowscarada to be Terra Ghost because it's Focus Sash than it was for Chi-Yu. And also more likely that I was more concerned about the potential Dark Pulse flinch than losing my EVO Light. So that's why I went for the Fake Out into Chi-Yu that game. Even though I am fairly specially defensive, and I believe I invested for a Life Orb Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, Fish, Life Orb. Oh, not a level 100 one. I did not. I guess I just invested for a neutral one then. No, roughly. I may have just invested for a physical thing then. I don't remember what the thought process behind the investment was. But this does give me a reasonable chance of living a... Oh, does it look timid? Okay. That probably was it then. Or maybe it was for the timid Life Orb overheats. No, it doesn't quite make that. And it's not like I was a lot off making that, so it must have been a physical benchmark I was investing for. Oh well. It's been a little while since I built, because it's Sunday, and I built on last Sunday, I think. Or something, I don't remember. But yes, there's your week 1. That was a pretty strong team, but I think that they did not prep, like, at all for, they did, and I think the adaptation between game 1 and game 2 was bizarre. Like, I guess I'd only shown Psycho Cut, I guess. Psycho Cut, Trick Room Psychic. Yeah, that Terra Ghost put me in a worse position than I needed to be, because Terra fighting the Grimmsnarl would have been able to KO the Chi-Yu, and then I would have been able to threaten to break a Sash or Meowscarada. Obviously it protected, so that didn't wind up having game impact. And I don't think... Yeah, Player Off I would have been the same weakness to, and then Moonblast also would have been the same weakness to. But theoretically, it made me in a worse position. It just didn't actually do that, I guess. Ultimately, I thank you guys for watching. I don't think there's a whole lot to debrief beyond. I do think that the Trick Room options are right. I think that Veluza has some very specific matchups that it makes sense in. But it's not a generally good Pokemon. It really sucks, in my opinion, that Veluza does not learn Trick Room, because I don't know why it doesn't. It really seems like a mon that should have that sort of thing, and it was 8 points, and I think there were a lot of better Pokemon in 6 points for similar roles, like Bruxish and Cloyster. But they were gone, or Cloyster was gone, and Bruxish wasn't exactly what I was looking for in the speed tier. So I have Veluza, and it did its job with this fight. So let's hope it continues to. Yeah, I'll see you next week, and hopefully I can continue the win streak on throughout the rest of the season. I don't think Camo has a channel, but if they do, I'll link it. I'm pretty sure they don't. Goodbye.